Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're counting down the top 3 United States of America $10 coins every collector should know about, so let's get started. First step today we are exploring a remarkable vintage $1 coin dated 1908, a coin that captures the imagination of collectors all over the world. More than a century has passed since this historic dollar was produced, and every mark, every worn detail, and every change in color tells a fascinating story. Even in circulated condition, this coin carries the weight of history, connecting us to an era that existed long before modern technology transformed everyday life. Stay with us until the end because this incredible coin has many interesting details waiting to be discovered. When this dollar coin was first released into circulation in 1908, the world looked very different from today. Horse-drawn wagons still shared roads with early automobiles, electric lighting was gradually expanding into more cities, and people depended on coins like this every day to purchase food, clothing, and essential supplies. This coin quietly witnessed a century of change while surviving through countless generations. One of the most remarkable qualities of an old circulated dollar coin is its ability to preserve history. Every scratch across the surface, every softened design element, and every area of natural toning represents years of honest circulation. Unlike a modern coin that has spent its life inside a collection, this piece became part of everyday commerce, making it a silent witness to thousands of ordinary moments that together became history. The obverse design immediately captures attention with its beautiful engraving and impressive artistic craftsmanship. Even after decades of circulation, the portrait remains bold enough to remind collectors of the extraordinary talent displayed by the engravers who created this historic masterpiece. Every curve, every line, and every carefully sculpted feature demonstrates the remarkable quality of coin production during the early 20th century. Collectors often spend considerable time examining the highest points of the design because these areas reveal the true history of circulation. The portrait gradually developed smooth surfaces as it passed through countless hands, while lower portions of the design often retained stronger details. These subtle differences help experienced collectors understand how extensively the coin circulated during its remarkable lifetime. The circulated color of this dollar coin gives it extraordinary character. Instead of bright original surfaces, years of exposure have produced beautiful natural shades that collectors greatly appreciate. Depending on storage conditions, lighting, and environmental exposure, the coin may display rich gray, silver, golden, or darker antique tones that create an appearance unique to this individual example. Imagine the incredible journey this coin may have taken over more than 100 years. It may have been carried inside leather wallets, wooden cash drawers, cloth money bags, railroad ticket offices, general stores, banks, hotels, and family businesses. Every location added another chapter to its remarkable story, making it much more than simply a $1 coin. Holding a coin from 1908 creates a powerful connection to history. This small piece of metal existed before commercial aviation became common, before television entered homes, before computers changed communication, and before countless historical events reshaped the modern world. Few everyday objects survive long enough to tell such an extraordinary story. As light reflects across the coin, tiny contact marks become visible, reminding collectors that this dollar spent many years fulfilling its intended purpose. These marks should not simply be viewed as imperfections. Instead, they represent evidence of real use and authentic history, qualities that many collectors genuinely admire. Collectors often use magnification to study older coins because small details become much easier to appreciate. Under magnification, remaining design features, fine engraving lines, subtle wear patterns, and natural surface texture reveal the incredible craftsmanship hidden within the coin. One of the reasons antique coins remain so popular is that every surviving example has developed its own personality. No two circulated coins experience exactly the same journey. Differences in handling, storage, environment, and circulation ensure that every coin becomes completely unique over time. Many beginning collectors first become interested in coin collecting after discovering an old dollar coin inside a family collection. Holding a coin more than 100 years old immediately sparks curiosity and encourages people to learn more about history, minting technology, and the fascinating stories preserved within old coins. Even though the coin shows signs of circulation, much of its original artistic beauty remains visible. The engravers created a design that continues to impress collectors more than a century later, proving that outstanding craftsmanship truly stands the test of time. Every collector appreciates circulated coins differently. Some admire the remaining sharp details, others enjoy the natural toning, while many simply appreciate the historical journey represented by every worn surface. Each collector sees something different, making every coin a personal experience. As years continue to pass, antique coins become increasingly important historical artifacts. Every surviving specimen preserves a direct physical connection to an earlier generation, allowing modern collectors to experience history through an object that once served ordinary people during everyday life. Ultimately, this remarkable 1908 $1 coin in circulated color condition represents much more than its face value. It symbolizes history, craftsmanship, endurance, and the remarkable journey of American coinage across more than a century. Every scratch, every worn detail, every natural color change, and every surviving design element tells a fascinating story that continues to inspire collectors around the world today. Next step. The most fascinating pieces of American numismatic history, the United States of America $1 dated 1907. This remarkable coin has survived for well over a century, carrying with it an incredible story that stretches across generations. Although the coin we are examining today is found in circulated color condition, its worn surfaces only add to its historical charm. Every small mark, every smooth detail, and every natural color change reminds us that this coin once played an important role in everyday American life. The year 1907 was a memorable period in United States history. Cities continued to expand, industries were growing rapidly, railroads connected communities across the country, and millions of Americans relied on coins for their daily transactions. This dollar coin may have traveled through busy banks, local general stores, train stations, hotels, restaurants, and marketplaces, silently witnessing countless moments that have now become part of history. One of the greatest joys of collecting antique coins is realizing that every surviving example has experienced a journey unlike any other. This dollar coin was never simply an object made of metal. Instead, it became part of thousands of daily exchanges between ordinary people, making it a genuine witness to more than 100 years of American history. When this coin first left the United States Mint, its surfaces would have displayed brilliant mint luster with beautifully defined design details. The portrait on the obverse would have appeared crisp and sharp, while every feature on the reverse reflected the remarkable craftsmanship of early 20th century American engraving. Over decades of circulation, however, those brilliant surfaces gradually transformed into the attractive circulated appearance collectors admire today. The portrait displayed on the obverse immediately commands attention through its outstanding artistic quality. Every carefully engraved detail reflects the skill and dedication of the artists who created one of America's most beautiful classic coin designs. Even after decades of circulation, much of that original artistry continues to shine through. Collectors frequently examine the highest points of the portrait because those areas reveal the story of the coin's circulation. Gentle wear across the hair, facial features, and surrounding details helps experienced collectors estimate how extensively the coin traveled before eventually entering a private collection. The circulated color visible across the coin adds tremendous personality and authenticity. Instead of bright mint brilliance, the surfaces now display rich natural shades that developed slowly over decades through handling, environmental exposure, and honest circulation. Every tone is unique and impossible to duplicate naturally. Turning the coin over reveals another impressive display of American artistry. The reverse design continues to communicate strength, dignity, and national pride despite years of circulation. Although some of the highest details have softened with age, the overall beauty of the design remains immediately recognizable. Imagine how many people may have carried this dollar coin during its remarkable lifetime. It may have been placed into the hands of merchants, railroad workers, farmers, teachers, factory employees, travelers, and families across the United States. Every transaction added another invisible chapter to its extraordinary story. One reason antique coins remain so popular among collectors is that they preserve authentic history in a form that can actually be held in the hand. Unlike photographs or written records, this coin physically existed during the events of its era and continues to survive as a direct connection to the past. The smooth surfaces created by decades of circulation should never be viewed simply as wear. Instead, they represent evidence of a long and useful life. Every softened design element reflects years of honest use, making the coin feel alive with history and human experience. Collectors often study circulated coins under magnification because countless fascinating details become visible. Tiny contact marks, delicate scratches, remaining design lines, and subtle color variations provide important clues about the coin's remarkable journey through more than a century of circulation. One particularly enjoyable aspect of collecting older dollar coins is imagining the events they quietly witnessed. This coin existed before commercial air travel became common, before television entered homes, before computers transformed society, and before many of the defining events of the 20th century unfolded. The remarkable durability of United States coinage becomes obvious when examining antique examples like this. Despite surviving generations of circulation, this dollar coin continues to preserve its identity, artistic beauty, and historical importance with impressive strength. Many collectors appreciate circulated coins even more than uncirculated examples because they tell richer stories. Every small scratch, every contact mark, and every area of gentle wear reminds us that the coin genuinely served the people who once depended upon it. No two circulated antique coins ever develop exactly the same appearance. Different storage conditions, different environments, and different patterns of use ensure that each surviving specimen becomes completely unique over time. That individuality is one of the greatest pleasures of collecting historic coins. As light moves slowly across the surface, beautiful natural reflections reveal the texture created through decades of careful aging. These subtle visual effects cannot be reproduced artificially and contribute significantly to the coin's appeal. Every collector eventually realizes that old coins represent much more than their monetary value. They preserve craftsmanship, history, culture, economics, and human stories within a single small object. That combination explains why numismatics continues to inspire millions of enthusiasts worldwide. Holding a coin produced in 1907 creates an unforgettable experience. More than 100 years separate its creation from today, yet the coin continues to survive with remarkable dignity. Few everyday objects possess such extraordinary longevity. The artistry displayed throughout this coin demonstrates the exceptional standards maintained by the United States Mint during the early 20th century. Every engraved detail reflects remarkable precision and artistic excellence that continues to impress.